The nerve of this woman to pop up at Amber's house. She is really too much. Just evil. That big old house don't have a doorbell.
Amber.
Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I was hoping to speak with you for a moment.
First of all, she wouldn't get 2 seconds of my time. I literally would have opened the door and said, "Get off of my property, whore."
I'm listening.
I wouldn't.
I came over here to discuss with you the incident with Shayla. My concern here is purely one of a grandmother and of a mother. I just don't feel good about how you handle that.
The nerve of her, especially as a wife. How are you coming to her like that when you're a wife? You should understand more than what you're teaching your whorish daughter to do. Clearly, she has been on the other side of this before.
Lack of self-control. And I do understand that you've been through a lot. But I'm going to ask you, face to face, woman to woman, to please stay away from my grandson and his mother.
With all due respect, Miss Angelina,
I wouldn't call her Miss.
you should have asked your daughter to stay away from my husband.
But you raised a
So
whore.
I think you are knocking at the wrong door and barking up the wrong tree. If your daughter had kept her legs shut, you wouldn't have to be here.
I do understand your position in that.
Do you now?
I do. Because we're both women, so we understand how life is.
You ain't a woman,
somewhat
you
of
the
a
devil.
game, right? Some win and some lose.
Again.
And that's unfortunate. But I think what's most important here is that during this trial and tribulation that you're going through, that you remember that real life has real consequences.
Funny how she even thinks that Shayla shouldn't have to endure any consequences. You should be telling her that. So, ma'am, you slept with her husband, so you're going to have to deal with the consequences that come to you from her. Does that not make any sense to anyone?
So you think that my life is a game?
Oh, no.
And Shayla's life is real life. That's what you're saying?
No, that's not actually what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's winners and there's losers. And what's most important here is that we understand which side we're on.
The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, now does it?
But we're fruitful.
You're fruitful. And a little whorish. Yeah. Yeah.
That could sting.
Oh, maybe not, because I think that all of y'all are used to this.
Well, the good thing is that I don't pay you for your thinking, so we'll keep that to yourself. I'm just asking. Let me just be very
I'm sorry, but I probably would have slapped her and closed the door. Get off of my property, ma'am.
transparent and upfront here. I'm asking you that you keep your anger and your hands to yourself.
And I'm asking and telling you to get off my property.
There you go, Amber. Tell her.
Your property.
You heard me?
No. This is my son-in-law's property.
Let me tell you something. You come up to my house one more time, talking some mess about my life and your stinking whore daughter, I will drag you down this street. Now get off my property.
Good for you, Amber, because that whore deserves more than that.
Ooh. Given the fact that you've been through a lot,
You better get your fingers out my face.
Oh, there's your face, and here's my finger. But the point is, you've been through a lot, and I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna keep that between us.
Get your hands out of my face and get off my property now.
Make sure you keep your property clean for when my daughter moves in.
See, the thing is, she wants this life. That's the only reason she's trying to force her daughter into it. She's too old now, and you know, and she know Anthony wouldn't want her, so she's forcing her daughter onto Anthony. But this is the life that she wants. She wants Amber's life.
Remember that. You'll have it today. I'll let you have that one. But tighten up. And remember what I said. Because you do know I will call the police, don't you?
If you don't get off my property, I'm gonna call the police. Now take your tail and get to stepping.
Much love to you.
Sometimes I wish this skit land could be a little more ratchet than what it is, but they're not going to cross that line. But anyway, this lady is evil, isn't she? Like, the nerve of you, and tell her to keep the place clean for your daughter. Why would you even want to go into another woman's home? I would be like, first of all, I would never be in that situation, but second of all, I would want my own. Okay, you need to sell that house and get me another one. Is she talking about keep it clean for her daughter? Lady, you are insane. Amber is doing a really great job in this role. Really, really well. And that lady is something evil, I tell you.